Welcome back to the Omaha Places podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Cahner, and I'm the founder of Omaha Places and 402 Social.
And my name is Delaney. I'm the digital content coordinator of Omaha Places.
I feel like my mic is way farther down than I'm used to it being.
It's a powerful one.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, you have a long list of places that you went this week.
Yes. I went to Dynamite Wood Fire Grill inside the Farnham Hotel, which is right across from Jean Leahy Mall. So I was there when they were doing the 75th at the riverfront, but I didn't get to catch the fireworks. I just saw the light reflection over by Moxie because I ended up being on the back side at that time. Mm-hmm. So, I heard the excitement, so I think everybody had a good time. But I had my first ever octopus.
Ooh.
And I will say that I do not try to eat octopus just because I know they're so sentient.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, but I told the chef, I was like, we don't have any allergies. We don't have any restrictions. And
so
then
they brought it to you.
They brought it and it was cooked,
okay,
which makes a difference for me since I'm not a raw fish person.
Yeah.
And they have that wood fire grill, so it kind of had like a smoky flavor. Super good, so I ate it. The only thing I didn't like about it were the little tentacle balls.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I could convince myself that it was chicken, like a really tender chicken. But they also let us go to the Catalyst, which is the bar behind the Farnham. Yeah. And it has the most beautiful terrace. And I included it in my patio roundup because I never even knew it existed.
It's a little hidden back there. I've been there once and I was like, what? This is actually really nice. Their patio is nice.
Mm-hmm. And the bar is so vibey.
Yep.
It would be first date vibes. Would be a good spot because it's low lit. The drinks are good. Actually, I'm pretty sure there was a date going on. They have these little, it's not really a cabana because it's all one thing, but little separate lounges.
Okay.
That are covered with TVs.
Oh, cool.
So you could have. Excuse me.
Did your earring just fall off?
I can't do one earring. We just have to take them both out. But anyway.
I didn't even see that happen.
We should just round up all the wardrobe malfunctions we have on this show. But anyways, back to the Catalyst. It'd be a really good date spot, and I'm pretty sure somebody was there on a date. But,
cute.
Yeah, cute.
Wow, a whole cabana for a first date. That's a vibe.
Yeah, and you just go out there. There was nobody there. Really? And maybe because everyone was at the riverfront, but it was just them and us.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Dynamite. They do have a new menu coming out on June 26th, and they have a new chef. And
amazing.
And his family's not even here yet. That's how new he is.
Whoa. So wow, he really got right to work when he came here.
So if you've had an experience at the Dynamite before, this is going to be a new experience since he's changing a lot on the menu. I mean, they're keeping their very popular items, but he's upgrading it.
Cool. That is one place that I've been wanting to go for a long time that I have never made it to. So I'll have to go check it out.
No, it was so good.
Also, that's funny that you were by Moxie and could see the reflection because, so I was at Clio when the fireworks were going off. We had just ordered dessert. And so we were like, oh, dang it. If we had skipped dessert, we could have run out and caught the fireworks. But we also saw them in probably the same reflection that you were looking at. So we were right there.
Yeah.
But yes, I did go to Clio. I went there for my birthday dinner.
Happy birthday.
Which was delicious. I have been to Clio many, many times, as our podcast listeners know. And so we sat down, and I was with a couple people who had never been there. And so I was just like, I'm ordering for the table. And I was like, we want this and this and this. But they had, so it was Rosé week the week that I was there, apparently. And so they had a whole special menu for that. Obviously, rosé was on it, but then some food items were on it too. And I've never seen Clio have a special menu before. It's always just their tried and true thing. So I don't know if just because they're a little more established now, they have more capacity to do those limited time menus or the seasonal stuff, but that was kind of fun. I don't remember what I had. It was some sort of meat thing. I don't know. And then I had all of my regular stuff as well, all of the appetizers, the 4 spread plate.
I love the 4 spreads.
You have to start with that if you go to Clio. That, I could honestly that could be my girl dinner for the night.
Honestly,
night.
Yeah, I could see it.
That and a sangria.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I had the sangria. Those are huge. I don't think I had a sangria at Clio before. but gigantic. So if you guys want a nice helping of sangria, go to Clio.
It's been a while since I've been to Clio, so I feel like I need to go back.
Yep, you're due.
But down there in that same area, I went to Cumbia for the first time.
Fun.
Which is Latin American cuisine, and it's right next to the Orpheum. So I was going to MJ the Musical, and Mom and I normally go to Wilson and Washburn, but we wanted to switch it up this time. So we went to Cumbia. They have authentic Latin American dishes and some really good drinks too. Plus, the whole place is a vibe. It's a lot smaller than I imagined it being.
Really?
Because I did the video that after you had gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very intimate in there.
It is.
And they have a cute little patio as well. I had the picana. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Picana tacos and the empanadas. And then Mom and I both tried both desserts that they had, which I can't remember the names of, but both were super, super good. We were just splurging. But I do recommend Cumbia, Cattle Call, Wilson and Washburn, all for those Orpheum shows because they're less than a block away. Yeah, so
Mercury too.
Mercury as well, which is right next door to Cumbia.
Yep.
Super good. So
yeah, Cumbia is another one that completely revamped their menu. Might have been a year ago now. I feel like time goes by so fast.
Over a year ago almost.
Over a year ago?
Yeah, I feel like.
Okay, wow. That, if you say so. My perception of time is very skewed. But yeah, they completely revamped their menu and they have a lot of great stuff on there. They don't have full meals, but it's more of a tapas and drink spot. So like you said, perfect for before.
And I honestly thought the helpings were the perfect size because I feel like nowadays when I go to a restaurant, they just overfeed me. And maybe it's because I go to so many fancy places and they're 8-course, 5-course meals. I'm oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But this was perfect. I ordered just the tacos and my mom ordered just the empanadas. And then that was honestly would have been perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you're so right. When I went to the Committee Chop House a few weeks ago, I think I even said it on the podcast. I was like, their portions are for a giant. My side of asparagus was huge. That could have been a full meal in itself, which I appreciate that I get my money's worth, but still I don't know. So yeah, I totally get what you mean.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go back to Cumbia because that rocked.
Fun fact. Cumbia was the location of our very first Omaha Places event we ever had. And that was before any of you guys.
I heard of that through the owner at Senti.
Oh,
He said he went, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's actually a funny story because apparently he remembers meeting me that night, but
You're probably
there was a
overwhelmed.
lot of people there. I was meeting a lot of people. But yeah, so it was a ticketed event, just a meetup. We did some giveaways, stuff like that. And apparently he didn't know that it was a ticketed event or had bought his ticket right before or something like that. And then he got there and I don't remember if the Wi-Fi was down or something happened. And he was just that person at the front door who was like, I swear I paid, I promise. And the people were like, well, you got to prove that. And then years later, we met again when he opened Senti, and now we work with them quite a bit. And so it's just kind of funny. He remembers that event. I don't remember him being there at all. But apparently he was that weird guy trying to pretend like he bought a ticket, but he actually did.
I guess I didn't know Senti had been around that long. Mm-hmm. I knew it was in Hardy for a little bit.
Well,
right?
I think when he came to that event, Senti didn't actually exist yet, I think. But then it was a year later that he had started Senti, or maybe even 2 years later, I'm not sure, that he had started Senti. And then I went into Hardy to actually film. Then we met again for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, where is it? My turn or your turn?
It's your turn.
My turn. Where else did I go? Okay, I went to the College World Series Fan Fest, which when this comes out, it's going to be over now, but I'm still going to talk about it because I had a surprisingly good time. Not just from the perspective of we're not sports girlies on this podcast, and you guys know that. So my preferred Saturday morning is not spent at the College World Series. And it was a really hot day yesterday. But I think one of the reasons that I had such a good time, and I knew that Fan Fest was free. I wanted to ride that Ferris wheel, okay? And I was fully expecting to pay like $20 or something.
Oh, or even just $5.
Yeah. And the Ferris wheel was free, and you got such good views from up there. So any of the like B-roll content that you guys see of like great views of the stadium from the College World Series, that was all taken on the Ferris wheel.
On last week's What's Happening This Weekend,
Yep,
I used it,
So that is my one shout out. And I think that they had the Ferris wheel last year too. I just didn't even know about it. I didn't go to the College World Series at all last year. So next year, if you guys are thinking about going, at least go down to Fan Fest because it was completely free. And why not go get some great views?
And the Omaha Baseball Village is down there as well, and that's free. And Frankie D has been all over my TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, and I love that store, and I only ever see them like at markets. So it's cool to like see what's going on with her over these 12 days.
Yeah, fun.
While you were working, I was doing yoga at Heartwood Preserve. They're one of our clients now. So I was helping one of our coworkers film their yoga events, Wellness in the Park, I think it is.
Yeah.
But they also have tons of other free events like Summer Saturdays, which include like concerts, sing-alongs. I think last week they were doing a silent disco, all sorts of fun events. So definitely go check those out. And I always make sure to include those, at least one in our What's Happening This Weekend, and then tons of the other ones on our website.
Yeah, we've said it a couple times, but Heartwood Preserve really does have so many events, and every single one of them is completely free. Like the wine and paint and sip that I went to, free wine, free paint supplies.
Or the Pups in the Park on Sundays, which I think is every Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take Melrose. I told Megan, I was like, you let me know. If you need a film dog, she's your girl.
Yeah, they really do have a lot of good stuff going on. And I feel like from what I've observed and from what their team has told me, like every week they get a little bit more people down there. And so I think that people are finally starting to catch on, like, oh, there's a lot of stuff happening here and it's all free.
Yeah, I think their first few Wellness in the Parks were a little rough, but this last yoga sesh, we had like 10 people. One of them was like a little 4-year-old, 5-year-old boy.
Aww.
So cute. That was his first yoga ever.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I did see the video yesterday that Megan put together, and I was like, there's Delaney and Haley. Okay, the last place that I went, so I did my longest bike ride of the season, and this isn't actually, so far in the season. I did 31 miles for my 31st birthday last week. This is more of just like a shout out FYI if you guys are also bikers / know the trails around Omaha. So I used to ride up Keystone to the very northern part of Keystone, and then you would have to ride on the street for a little while, and you could go up to like Cunningham and ride around Cunningham. I do not like riding on the street though. It wasn't like a super long way, so I just did it to get a longer ride in. But they have now connected those trails, which I think is so nice. So it just gives me a lot of confidence too. Like they might be tearing up some of our bike lanes downtown, but at least they're working on the trails in other parts of Omaha. So just an FYI, if you guys also have done that route, Keystone to like Cunningham, the trail is completely paved now, and it's really, really nice. You don't have to go on the street at all.
If I ever think of biking, I will try that.
If you ever get the urge to go bike 30 miles.
Not 31 miles, not 30, something 5, maybe. I don't know.
Go check it out.
Okay. We both went to True American this weekend, didn't we?
We did. Yep. Not together.
No,
Separate.
not together.
I think it's actually funny the amount of times that we both end up going to the same place, but we don't know that we're at the same place because we never run into each other.
It's always True American, really.
Is it always True American?
It always seems like we just miss each other at True American all the time.
Yeah, which is weird too because I hadn't been... What?
And okay sometimes.
It's okay that we miss each other.
I don't remember some of my times at True American.
Oh yeah, that's what happened at
Halloween.
You were like, even if I had seen you, I would not remember. No. I guess that was the last time I was at True American. I was thinking it was like a year ago. But yes, I did go there on my birthday. It was surprisingly not busy. Like
everyone's downtown.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All the bars that are not in that area of downtown are slow.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably the least busy I've ever seen True American on a Friday night. But this is like true American season with the warm weather. They have a great patio out back.
And all the retro vibes.
Yep.
Great
So it was a good
drinks.
time.
Also, great place to host a birthday party.
Yeah.
Especially on a Sunday. Nobody's there.
Yeah, yours turned out really cute, the party you were at.
It was a surprise party, too, so that made
was
it more
really?
exciting. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It was good. I could
love
only
True
stay for a
American.
few hours since it was Father's Day. Then I booked at
yeah.
home, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good time. Love True American. And
You
then
went to a couple more.
the last place I went to was Terra
Gaucha?
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 Something. Gaucha.
Gaucha?
I actually looked this up on Google Translate this morning to make sure I was gonna pronounce it right, and it's gone. I should have put the pronunciation in here. But it's the new Brazilian steakhouse off 137th and Dodge. Like same area as Pivot Prime, but like another block.
Yeah.
But if you've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse, which this is the second one in town, Texas Day Brazil is downtown, you'll know that you kind of like, or no, you won't know if you've never been. But here, let me give you some
You've never been,
instructions.
she'll explain.
That's what I'm trying to say. They give you like these cards that say yes or no, thank you. And when you get there, you'll order your drinks. And then when you're ready, you can go to the salad bar, which is like open for you. And I think it's like $30 if you're just doing the salad bar and around $50 if you're doing like the meats and salad bar. So you'll run up to the salad bar, go, get whatever you want from that. And then when you're ready, you'll flip the card over to yes. And then everybody, which maybe it's because they knew who I was, but they so warmed us almost immediately with like all the cooked pineapple, every meat, like pork, lamb, chicken, sirloin, steak, or ribeye steaks, filet mignon. I was like, give me all the steak though.
Nice.
I think my favorite thing is always, or this time around, because I guess I'd never tried roasted pineapple, grilled pineapple, whatever it was. Delicious. My favorite thing.
So good.
I had it like 5 times. I was like, yep,
Really?
we're going to work. And they slice it for you, and then you just grab it, and you can like pick what cut you want or how you like it cooked. They'll do all that for you as well.
Fun.
So it was a super fun experience.
And if you guys are having trouble visualizing that, we have a video coming out.
Yes.
So,
but yeah, they just run around with skewers with meats on them, and you can like wave them over because you want that one, or they'll eventually make it your way.
Yeah, there's literally just a bunch of waiters like walking
Running around.
like
And
waiting for somebody to flag them down.
they are so attentive at these restaurants. Like if you get up to the salad bar, they're like fixing your napkin for you and giving you new plates and forks and knives by the time you get back. So
Cool.
it was super fun, super nice restaurant. And it's where Charleston's used to be.
Yeah.
If you were familiar with that, but the space is completely redone and looks so good.
Yeah, two new restaurants in that little area. Mm-hmm. Brand new. You know what I was just thinking about when you were talking about this and when you mentioned Texas Day Brazil? I like this concept of a restaurant. I think it's unique and cool. But I did not experience that at all when I went to Brazil. I don't know if I was just at the wrong restaurants. I'm like, is this actually a Brazilian thing?
I think the food kind of caters to the Brazil because it's
more
a
like
lot of
the
passion
style
fruit.
of it.
But yeah, I agree. I think maybe it's like a little
like Americanized
Yeah.
Brazilian food.
almost.
I mean, I think it's fun. So
It's fun. It's a
not
different restaurant vibe.
yeah, totally. All right, shall we move on to follower questions? So I post a question box on our Instagram story every Wednesday. So if you guys have questions you want us to answer on the podcast, feel free to submit it there, or you can just send us a DM. This is the question of the year. Somebody asked, when will more passport books be restocked? Which I'm honestly surprised this is the first time we've gotten that question in the question box. But the amount of times that we have been DM'd or gotten comments or anything like that, and I have seen your guys' questions. I don't know why I haven't directly answered it, because the short answer is I don't know for sure. So most people are specifically asking about the coffee shop passports, and I'm going to tell you guys a little like how this works, because I don't know if we've really explained this. So these free coffees that you guys get in the coffee shop passport Omaha Places is not paying for those. We have a contract with each different coffee shop. They have agreed to give X amount of free drinks, and in exchange, we provide them marketing and marketing assets, like a folder of photos and videos. So I can't just go restock them and print more books because we've only said like we're going to sell X amount, and that is what the coffee shops have agreed to. So in order for us to make more coffee shop passports, we have to re-sign a contract and get every single coffee shop or some new coffee shops to agree to be in the book, finalize all of that, and then print them. So I'm not even going to start asking the coffee shops to do another round until this first drop is complete, which if you guys own a passport, you know that they're valid for 6 months. Which means I can't even start reaching out to them again until like September, October time. So the soonest we're probably looking at getting another coffee shop passport restock is like in the new year. That being said, I kind of said earlier when we first launched these passports that I want to have a whole line of passports. So our goal is to do another passport drop right before the holidays, or like in time for you guys to get holiday gifts. I'm not going to say yet
what branch it is.
What type of passport it's going to be. I can't even remember if I have already said it publicly.
No, I don't think you have.
Okay, so we're going to keep that a little under wraps. But yes, that is our goal. More passports in general will be coming. It's not just a simple matter of like printing more.
Plus, this was sort of a trial run, and we need to make sure like we run it all the way out to see where any hiccups are, any business concerns or even staff concerns. Like a lot of it, I know one staff member brought up about tipping, like what that meant for them, and we've tried to like really attack that. So the better you treat the staff, the better you treat the business, the better and more likely it will be that we do another one.
Totally. And yeah, I actually should make like a reel or a TikTok explaining that part of it, because I mean, it's so nice of the coffee shops to agree to give passport holders these free drinks, but obviously they're not just going to give a free drink just for the hell of it. Like it has to be beneficial for them from a business perspective. So if the baristas are really unhappy and they're complaining to the owners because they're not getting tips, then that makes it a lot less likely that the owners will want to re-sign for another drop. So if you guys are tipping, like that's really important. And then also post them on social media. Like a lot of you guys do post an Instagram story or something like with the passport and what coffee shop you went to, but definitely keep doing that, because that exposure and like the social media marketing that the coffee shops are getting because of these passports is a huge thing for them. So those are like the two biggest ways that you guys can support them and make sure that they are really happy and willing to do another round, because we really would love to do another round.
We'd like to do it all the time, every 6 months.
Yes. If I could just keep printing more and always have them on hand for you guys to buy, I would love to do that. It just doesn't work that way. And that's like kind of a complicated, like in-depth answer. That's why I've kind of avoided saying anything on social media quite yet, but that is the plan to, yes, do more drops, but with time.
Right.
But we're working on it. We have started doing stuff for our drop at the end of the year, so stay tuned.
Yay. Someone asked about all the 4th of July events. So I summed some up on the 3rd and the 4th for you guys, especially if you want to go see fireworks. So on the 3rd, Lemon Fresh Day, which is a very popular band in Omaha, is going to the Independence Day celebration at the Granary in Ralston at 8:30 p.m. and followed by the Ralston Fireworks Spectacular. So that'll be super fun time in Ralston, and breaks up the fireworks a little bit since all the fireworks seem to be on the 4th. So on the 4th of July, the Riverfront is doing a July celebration and fireworks with the Omaha Symphony. And they've done this the last few years now, and it always is a super fun event. And then the Omaha Storm Chasers game is having fireworks at Werner Park on the 4th. And then Riverside and Council Bluffs will be having their celebration with fireworks as well, all close together. So you could honestly probably go to the Jane Leahy Mall and then still see the Council Bluffs fireworks too. Hopefully they like spread them out a little bit, or it's just one big show. I don't know. July 1st Friday is happening on that 4th, which is so exciting. And I saw that they This is their 13th anniversary of Benson First Friday.
Whoa, that's a long time.
And I bet they're counting this from the beginning before it was as big as it is today. But 13 years of Benson First Friday.
Good for them.
And then, I think that sums it up for the 4th. Some of the events are like the week before. But just check our website for more details and more events. And since July 4th is on Friday this year, a lot of this will be included in what's happening this weekend. So you guys won't miss anything, I promise.
Love that. Okay, somebody asked best place to get a nature fix. I feel like there's a lot of different types of nature, and they did not specify like what type they're trying to get. So I did a little bit of a variety. In my opinion, Hitchcock Nature Center is probably like the most naturey that you're gonna get. They don't have any like water out there, at least not that I'm aware of. This is over, it's like on the Iowa side, right on the Iowa-Nebraska border, like a tiny bit north. It's maybe like 20, 30 minutes away, depending on where in Omaha you're going from. But they have tons of trails. They have really good views actually from the trails. So if you're into like this is probably the place you're gonna get closest to hiking. Any other place you go, it's more of like a walk. But some of these trails are actually quite steep. You can get really nice views of like the Missouri River or of Omaha or just the Loess Hills. I never know if I'm pronouncing that right. Loess Hills?
Loess Hills.
Loess Hills. Loess Hills.
I knew this when I lived in Iowa, and then I came over to Nebraska and forgot. I think it's the Less Hills.
Oh, okay, that was way off.
I'll double check.
Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Hitchcock Nature Center is really nice. Indian Cave State Park or Platte River State Park also are right on the river, have really great hiking. I really enjoyed Indian Cave State Park. You don't go for the cave, even though there is a cave there. It was very underwhelming, but they have really, really pretty views of the Missouri River. Two Rivers State Rec area, if you're actually wanting to like get in the water a little bit. I know they have really good fishing out there, so that'd be a good option. And then if you're looking for something a little more like in the city, these are a little bit more not industrialized, but like they're gonna be like paved trails and have like picnic benches and stuff like that. It's not like off the grid nature, but Lake Zurinsky, Lake Cunningham, Standing Bear Lake, and also Chalco. I forgot to add that, but those are all, it feels like a little nature fix, especially Chalco. You can see a lot of animals out there actually.
And they have so much to do out there.
But yeah, there's going to be like more people there at like all of the lakes, paved trails, stuff like that. So it kind of depends what you're looking for, but those are some of my favorites.
Very cool. I'm going to have to dive into Nebraska nature because just on the Council Bluffs side, they have Waubonsee State Park. Okay. And it's right kind of by Nebraska City. That's a close place that I would go.
So what I like to do in the fall, I started doing this a couple years ago, is once it gets a little bit cooler, like perfect fall hiking weather, I'll go to a new state park there's actually like a handful of them like within 30 minutes to an hour outside of Omaha. And a lot of them will have a little small town just outside the state park. And so they'll have like a little local coffee shop and bookstore and just little like knick-knack store, stuff like that. And so that's a really fun way to explore some of the state parks, but also some of the small towns in the surrounding areas. So I would recommend that as well. All right, let's move on to events. So this is going to be events happening the weekend of June 26th to the 29th. If you guys want even more events, you can see our What's Happening in Omaha This Weekend video that comes out every Thursday. We also have a newsletter full of events that comes out every Thursday, or you can just look on the event calendar on our website. So the Memorial Park concert, this is an Omaha classic, is happening Friday, June 27th. This happens in Memorial Park, obviously, which is around like 60th and Dodge. And this is a free concert. The city of Omaha always brings in a fairly big person. And this year it's Ringo Starr. So the opener, I didn't even write down who the opener was, but they start at 6:45. Ringo Starr goes on at 8:30, and the fireworks start at 10 p.m.
So exciting.
Yep.
I could have made it this year, but we're going somewhere else.
We are?
Well, I am.
Oh, yeah. It's like, wait,
which I'll talk about next week. But also happening is the Country Drive Music Fest, June 26th through the 28th. And this is at the Country Drive Golf Course in Ashland, Nebraska. It's 3 days of live music, camping. They're having a vendor fair, local food trucks, and more. Some country artists that will be there include Low Cash, Gary Allen, Treaty Oak Revival, Tyler Braden, and if you've seen him on TikTok, Taylor Holder, which is weird. It's weird. He's from LA, and he used to be like a hip hop thing, but now he's gone country. Okay, so that should be good. I think he's found like success in his country genre move. So, yeah, interesting that he'll be there. That'll be fun.
Do you know these? I'm not a country person. Are these like good?
Low
country
Cash
people?
is super good. Gary Allen has been on the country scene forever. It feels like, and Treaty Oak Revival is like country rock. And Tyler Braden is too. So, seems like some good acts. I actually heard of this on the radio first.
Oh, cool.
So, Ashland, Nebraska.
Fun. All right. Night Market is back in Midtown Crossing on Friday, June 27th from 6 to 10 p.m. This is also free. This is always a really fun event. It's right in Turner Park. And they're going to have live music, tons of vendors, lawn games, free yoga, in case you want to like be in the scene but want to get a little workout in.
Cool.
And they always have really great vendors there. You guys can grab drinks or dinner from one of the many Midtown Crossing restaurants. So it's always a good vibe down there.
Yes. And then also happening is the Water Lantern Festival, June 28th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Jean Leahy Mall. It's a ticketed event, so the earlier you buy, the better. Tickets range from $38 to $58, so don't wait till the last minute. Otherwise, you're going to be paying close to $60. It's family friendly, and you get to enjoy live music, food, and of course have the opportunity to float a lantern and hope in... I guess with hope, happiness, remembrance, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, I think you like write a little note on your lantern and then like set it off into the universe. They run a lot of social media ads, so you guys have probably seen like a lake full of lights. That is what this is.
Yes, it'll make lasting memories for sure.
Yeah, and I think we will be there. Well, I guess I forgot you're going to be gone that weekend, so I guess I will be there.
Oh, yeah, darn. Oh, give it to someone else.
Maybe next week or next year. Okay. Anyways, anything else you want to mention?
That's it.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Omaha Places podcast. We'll see you next week.